Hey everyone, my name is Shauna and welcome to the next Build Along series. So on the vote video, these kits both got 1 vote each, so I guess I'm the deciding vote and she wins. The car would be really cool to do, but she's kind of more relevant, and there's going to be there's another one coming out soon that I plan on getting. I plan on getting every single one from this series, so we might as well just keep going along in the series. So this is the one I've decided on. And we'll just get right into it. I mean, there's not much else to say. So this is Velretta from the Kotovoki Arcanadea, still not sure how to say it. And I did the Lumatea one, which I was gonna review, but I never did because, well, yeah, that happened. But that was a really good kit. I really liked how it was put together. Just really liked it in general. So I'm actually kind of looking forward to this more than I thought I was, thinking back on that kit in general. It's made with pretty good sturdy plastic and stuff. So yeah, we're just gonna go. We need A, B, and F for her crown. Got several pre-painted faces and a pre-molded lower body and a couple of other pieces. It's a very interesting hair color. It's a very, very blue. We'll see how it looks in the final, when she gets all put together. I don't know if, well, most of these model kits I will not be painting. I do want to get into painting model kits, but paint costs so much money on top of already spending stuff for the kit. It's just not worth it for now. But yeah, let's just start here. And I can catch you guys up on kind of what's been going on if you care. If you don't, you can mute me and watch along maybe while doing something else, I don't know. But yeah, April, it's been a rough month. For me, physically and mentally. Like sitting here right now to do this, it almost feels like it's April 1st. Like, maybe not quite, maybe April 5th, but April just went by in a blur because the days kind of fold in on each other when things aren't going too well, you know? She's got some pretty uniquely molded ears, with what looks like earrings. Yeah, she got earrings molded into her ears. I would paint them, but I don't know. I mean, it looks like something you should paint. Or you're supposed to paint, obviously. But yeah, I finally, as of whatever day this is, by the time this video comes out, April's gonna be pretty much over. So yeah, this is by no means a monthly model kit build along sort of series. It's definitely just a do as I see fit for now. I guess we should have got some of those faces out. Definitely gonna be kind of out of it for this video a little bit, so I might not even talk as much as I might usually, which we'll see what happens. Might be a lot of editing in this video, who knows. Just definitely been very tired lately. I decided to choose this face for the face we're starting off with, instead of her basic smile. I like it. I like this one a lot. Also, I don't know about anyone else, but from her style, she gives me very heavy Elizabeth Bathory Elizabetho, whatever, the girl from Fate Grand Order, Fate Extra. Yeah, she gives me those kind of vibes. So, all right. But yeah, April, it's been rough. It's been kind of rough for the channel. Not like, I don't mean that like, I'm not talking about like content, I'm talking about content-wise. It's been rough because none of my stuff's getting, well, I guess it's not just me, it's none of the orders I have are getting fulfilled. Not me personally, but in general, like the figures aren't, they're getting pushed back and delayed and stuff. So channel's been pretty dead lately because there hasn't been anything to record. I definitely feed off of new figure energy. So the longer a figure has kind of been out, the hype around it goes down, obviously, but then the drive to make that video goes down, or make the review. And since I am a small channel already, don't want to waste time on videos that aren't going to help me grow at all, which that actually is probably the biggest lie I've ever said. If you look at everything I've done on my channel, you're like, dude, you release plenty of things that will not help your channel grow. These model kit build along series is probably one of the biggest examples. Is like, doing this series is not gonna make my channel get any bigger, but I'm fine with that. I just feel like, I mean, ideally this would be a stream, but I don't have like nearly enough viewers, subscribers to where people would watch the stream, and I'm really not good at improv on the spot kind of commentary that could hold up for a live stream. For a video I can edit, you know, you can cut stuff out, you can skip along, do time lapses. Live stream, you ain't got that luxury. And it just seems like it would be a waste of time to like set all that up when I don't think the live audience would ever reach more than like one person. So yeah, I'm fine doing these smaller videos in between reviews. Oh, that is a sharp piece of plastic. Jeez. Anyways, moving on to more fun topics. Stuff I've been doing. When I started kind of not feeling good, well, not when I started. When I started not feeling good, I couldn't really do anything. But when I started to feel a little better, to where I could just actually be awake, you know, but you're like still feeling not good enough to do anything, started watching the Fate, Kyled, Prisma Ilia, Cosmos show, whatever. The name is so confusing and German, I think, but yeah, I started watching that show. First season is actually pretty good. Then like once season 2 hits, it's like, oh, this is actually like Fate Carnival Part 2. Where the episodes get kind of ridiculous and crazy. Like you're watching a Fate Carnival episode. And it just, it's still like a good show. I'm on the very last season, where stuff really changes and it's even harder to watch. Because they're like, oh, let's throw out everything you know about this series and just change it. Which makes sense, like that's kind of what you would have to do to keep the show going. But man, does it make it just jarring and not interesting, because you don't care about anything that's really happening. But yeah, as a show in the Fate universe, it's fine. I don't know, there are some episodes where you watch it and you're like, why did I watch this? Like, what am I doing? You just can't. Ugh. But other times it's like, yeah, this is a good show and I really like it. So, yeah. Other than that, though, more of on a YouTube. Oh, let's just cut to what you might actually care about, okay? If there was a big jump cut there, I was rambling, and we're about to talk about something you might actually care about. I tried Nike, or Nike, Goddess of Victory or whatever, the game, the mobile game. Oh boy. That game is terrible. I really like it. The story and like the characters. Some of the characters are weird and some of them are actually likable. But the combat, the gameplay loop, the main core gameplay of Nike is just boring. Like, it wasn't at first. Like, at first, like, the idea of like a third-person shooting kind of like mobile game was cool. You know, it's vertical, you're like shooting stuff. It was actually pretty cool and pretty fun. But it gets old really fast. And you're auto-battling, or if you can't auto-battle, you're like, or whatever, like, ugh. Yeah, the initial wow factor of the shooting and stuff in Nike is gone. It is like it's boring. I really wanted to like it. Well, I did like it at first, and the story is actually pretty interesting, although it gets drawn out, feels slow yet really fast at times. I'm so torn on that game, because it is fun. And the characters are cool, and they have really good, like, well-developed character interactions and stuff. It's not like, it's more of a gacha game with, like, the characters being a part of, like, the game. Like, in Fate Grand Order, you get the characters to fight with. You get a little bit of, like, bond dialogue, and then they're in stories, and that's it. There's a lot more, like, side story and extra content in Nike, which I like for the characters, because that's like the main reason I play a lot of these games, is because the characters and the story, like, obviously. But if the gameplay isn't good enough, I can't play the game. So, like, I talked about Counterside in the last series of model kit building, so I'm not gonna talk extensively about it again, but the combat in that game isn't that great, but it's good enough to keep me playing the game in general. Cause like, and the story is just that good. Cause like the Nike story is really good, but it's not like that good that I'm like, okay, I don't care how bad the combat is, I'm gonna keep playing for the story. Like Counterside, I would say, is definitely at that point where the combat is bad, but not so bad. Like the story is so good, it keeps me coming back even though the combat isn't that good. So yeah, I tried Nike, couldn't do it. I really like the characters though, and obviously like the art style and like the live 2D aspect of it is cool, but oh man. Yeah, Tower Fantasy. I play it on Steam. It's pretty good. I really like it. The story is cool. You make your own character, which is cool. So you're actually customizable and you don't have to play as the gacha characters, which is kind of funny. Like in that game, I don't really like any of the actual characters in it, but I like how I am my own character. Like you are the character. Cause like Genshin Impact does that, but you're boring. Like the default Wanderer or whatever they're called isn't interesting. I don't think they really have much going for them. Tower Fantasy, another one of those games where, well, it falls into the same problem as Genshin Impact, where the combat just isn't fun. Like it is. Like it is a pretty fun combat system, but not for how long the game is. Because it's not a short, like, 12-hour campaign or a 15, 20-hour campaign, and then it's over like, you know, a basic game is. It's a full-on game with like hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of content that you keep coming back to. And the combat is just not good enough for me to keep coming back. It's better than Genshin. Is it though? I don't know. I wouldn't say it is. But it was a fun game, and I'll probably keep playing it, but just... it's hard to get into sometimes because of the combat. Okay, so here we go. Of all that rambling, we managed to get her head done. It looks really good already. It's definitely part of the Arcanadea line. I think they look really good without getting painted, because they do have some of these bonus pieces and stuff. But yeah, she's looking really good already. I guess I could do the crown piece. Might as well. So that was my spiel and rant on mobile games and stuff I'm playing. Really? There's writing here. You can see that there's writing here. I can't read it. I tried learning Japanese. And I can read the characters, except for kanji. I can read, like, everything else. Like tiara o, petsni, wase nagara, to waseru. But I don't know what any of it means. So there's writing there, but... So she has a tiara. Maybe it can be attached to her head more in a way I'm not getting. Something about here and then rotating it forward. Oh. No. Maybe. I don't know. If you know how to attach it, you can let me know. Moving on to the body. Alright, for this next part, we're going over the shoulder here. This is for those of you who are more into model kits. Just wanted to show you some of the inner construction and stuff, so... As you can see, her main body is these pre-molded pieces. Sorry. This is the first time I'm using this camera angle, so give me a second to get used to it. Her main body is just these pre-molded pieces, so you do a lot of just the inside inner workings. So you've got this really weird sort of piece here that obviously will connect up to one of its similar kind. I don't know if the Lumatea was the same, the Arcanadea one. Then you got these, this leg, these two leg joint, or the hip joints here, where they kind of connect in here through friction. It's a friction-based thing, so these two just stick in together and hold together tightly just to stay in there. They don't really want to pull out too easily. So let's put this together then. So, looking at this, kind of just sticks in there like that. This goes there. Yeah. Then take the back. So this is the back. I think. it's hard to do it in a way to where I'm trying to make sure you can see it on camera, but I don't think that's gonna happen. So it looks like she's got these side holes that are gonna be sticking out for some other thing. But it does, unfortunately, eliminates any posability in this bottom area, which is probably fine. Then you've got we'll do the rest from this angle, and we'll do this from like the quiet this will be the quiet let's build section, so I'm not gonna talk and we're just gonna build it. Also, if you like this camera angle more, let me know in the comments, I guess. This piece does not want to go in. Is it angle based? I think. Yes, it is angle based. Well, there you go. been drawing lately, or I've started drawing, I guess. My journey into digital art. That was really bad. Oh, that was really bad. That was a really bad cut. I wasn't paying attention. Well, she'll have a scar on her tail. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I link my Twitter. Maybe I have linked my Twitter on my YouTube. No, I'm doing terrible. Maybe I shouldn't. Okay, we'll just go back to not talking. If you want to see my drawings, I tweet them. I'm going to tweet my drawing every time I draw one. Illustrations, whatever you want to call them. Because I'm a newbie, and you know, one day I want to be able to do what those other artists do. Where they take like a image they drew, you know, from 4 years ago, and they redraw it or they tweet it along with a new drawing of theirs, you know, and they compare them. See how much better they've gotten. Yeah, someday I'd like to be able to do that, so gotta tweet the bad ones first. All right. Yeah, I did that wrong. Oh, gosh. I was like, you know, that's a pretty thick, like, difference for the tail. That looks wrong. Well, it was wrong, you fool. Much better. Much better. Ooh, that's a good tail. If you bend it too much in certain ways, the bend can start to look kind of unnatural. So you can tell it kind of wants to go. Like right there is like where the plastic really lines up. Which is kind of how they show it in the instructions. Not that I really care though. I'm gonna put it wherever, whichever, however I want it. Probably I'm more of an uptail guy. Or my more of an uptail. Are you more of a downtail guy? I'm more of an uptail guy. Who the heck knows what that even means? But that's what I just said. All right, looks like we snap them together now. Ooh, that was a good snap. Ooh, yeah, pretty good, pretty good. Doesn't quite look fully snapped, but it is, I guess. Pretty, yeah, it's got pretty good motion up here. Not really anything going on down there, but she has a kind of already like slightly bent back from the molding. Or not a, what am I trying to say? Like, if you put her straight up and down, see how there's sort of like already some shape here. So definitely gonna probably prefer poses where she's arcing her back a little bit because it kind of already is flowing in that way. So, yeah. And we can put her head on, even though it doesn't say to, and I usually don't put her head on right away so it doesn't get in the way of any other things, but we're gonna do it anyways because I guess it doesn't snap really. Yeah, okay, the heads in Arcanadea are not as good because they have these neck, like she's got this nice pre-molded collar and tie, which makes you first connect this larger after that. So you have like a neck within a neck here. And then you get her head in there. Her head doesn't snap. It just doesn't feel like it's on there, but it is. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, see, I feel like I was getting really good posability in there because it was not even. Did I do the wrong piece? Or does she just have a loose neck? Did I cut it too loosely? I mean, yeah, she's got good neck posability. For a neck that isn't. Well, yeah, never mind. That's a little disappointing. It's probably my fault. Or I used the wrong piece, but yeah. She's got a good back, or pretty good back for what they give you. And her head doesn't want to stay on. If you've got any tips for that in the comments, like maybe I'm using the wrong neck joint. Well, that doesn't make sense. Why would they give me this neck joint piece if it doesn't connect? So yeah, she's looking really good. I mean, this is the end of the first video. If you couldn't tell, I'm wrapping it up here. She looks really good so far. Yeah. Thanks for watching. And again, feel free to comment anything and anything. I'll mention it or talk about it in the next video, which actually will come out probably a day or two after this one, since I've started. And these Arcanadea kits are very beginner friendly, as you saw, where like there's lots of big pieces where you just kind of connect them up together, and they're like decorated and stuff, which might make them cost a little bit more, because I think she's pretty expensive for how small she is and how little stuff you get. But there's some cool stuff here. I don't know, we'll see. You're just gonna have to come back and we'll keep going. But yeah, I actually had more fun with this than I thought, and she looks really good. She looks really, really good. So I wish you the best of luck in all your figure collecting and model kit building adventures. Farewell, my friends.